Also, I think bottoming off our list of apologies. Like last week, I think we were like, I was in a full-on blackout, not so much from drunkenness, but just from like man shame.
I didn't hear the show, but you told me a little bit about it.
And I didn't watch it, and I'm afraid to listen to it. But what I do know is that apparently our faces were behind the microphones the entire time. Like, I think that people by and large are like, "Hey, I like it. I'm a person that listens to the podcast." I wasn't getting as much. Maybe they're getting something indirectly out of the 200 people in the audience, but then there's other things to be gained from our ability to focus and things. I'm sure it's a mixed bag. Aunt Natalie. But you're subscribers, so we take you very seriously.
Did you solve sexism and
no
sexual assault last week?
And I didn't set out to. I don't know what I said. I talked for 2 hours trying to convince people I was a good person. But the important thing that I wanted to talk about that week was it's time for guys to be having these conversations with guys and with each other and with themselves. And that guys and then having said that, I wanted to confine things to expressing my own self to set an example. And I don't want to say, well, guys are like this and girls are like that, but I'm sure I said a bunch of that. But like what I wanted to do was say, like, okay, from now on the rule is we speak for ourselves. And so I wanted to just say, like, that's where I'm at. Consciousness has been upheaved. That's good. You have to aerate soil. You have to chisel the ice when you clean the freezer. Tightly packed things that you don't have to think about. They are flawed things. Whether your revolution is racial, class-based, gender-based, whatever it is, however, one man, a million man, non-binary march, whatever the movement is, I think it's all, as my therapist said, it can all be summed up as consciousness examining unconsciousness and saying you need to be examined. You can't keep ruling from beneath. And I'm sure I'm saying stuff that I already said last week, but as a writer, I celebrate the unconscious. I was always like I'm the grimy monster. I'm going to teach you that the things that you don't think about are more important than the things that you do think about, and you're being dishonest with yourself. But narcissism is out. It's not fashionable anymore.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
I was just getting good at it.
And, like, because it's okay to be a big baby. It's okay, but now I think the new rule is, okay, but don't just brag about it and be like, okay, I'm going to do nothing about this. Like, otherwise, I feel like a fossil.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're dinosaurs. Like we're not even that old. But our way of thinking is just not going to do it anymore. Like we're not allowed to skate by on the presumption that what we say goes, because that was never a cool presumption in the first place. But now, it's we have to adjust. We must adjust. We must adjust our bust. Yeah.
The bigger, the better, the tighter the sweater. The boys depend on us.